This is Diego from NutriAdmin, and today I'm going to show you our newest recipes editor. So this is probably the most advanced recipes editor out there, and if you're a nutritionist, dietitian, personal trainer, or coach, this software is for you. Right. The way it works is you can edit a recipe and you have this interface where you can add an image, specify the recipe's name, serving, cooking time, cooking instructions, etc. And then you go into the ingredients editor, and we have engineered this interface so that it is as efficient and quick for you to work as possible. So all you have to do is to type something in this bar, and it will instantaneously query 6 different food databases and show you the results sorted by relevance. So this checks the standard food database, the USDA database, the UK food database, Australian food database. There is also a branded food products database, so you can search for brands, and it can also search your custom foods that you may have created in the software. And for each food, it shows you the calories. There is a little pie chart with the macros distribution, and there is a indication of which database it comes from. And you can type and get results as you type, and you can be more specific. So for instance, if I type chicken, I'll get a lot of different chicken items, but chicken is a generic term, so I can further specify and say chicken breast. This will narrow the search down. And maybe now I want to say skin because I want to add chicken with the skin. And here I get the results. And I can just navigate this with my keys on the keyboard. I don't even need to use the mouse. And when I click it, it gets instantaneously added to the plan. And once you add items to the plan, it's very easy to edit because you can click here on this drop down and change the portion sizes with a single click to anything you want. And you can also rename items very easily, so I can just type in here, and this just requires minimum amount of clicks. This is a spreadsheet, and there's also further options here. So if you want to search the database in more detail, you can search again chicken, and this will give you a table where you see all the macros, and you can say I want to find chicken items between 100 and 300 calories and between 10 and 30 grams of protein, and it will filter it out. And you can also further filter it by name. There are many options. You can click in the items for details and add them to the meal plan, so to the recipe. And there are other options here. It's very powerful. We have been running the software since 2016 and collecting feedback from nutritionists and dietitians, and we've made this interface so that it is optimized for people that need to create loads of recipes on a regular basis. Then once you have the ingredients, you can check the macros, and in here there is a breakdown for the whole recipe. We also have a breakdown per ingredient, per 100 grams, and per serving. So if you check it, for instance, per ingredient, you can quickly tell, for instance, where is the protein coming from. And if I check this table, it's mostly from the chicken and the eggs, as makes sense. And the fat comes also from the eggs and from the burger that I just added, etc. You also have a micronutrient analysis, so this gives you the total overall in the plan. And you can also get a breakdown per ingredient, per 100 grams, and per serving. So for instance, if I check per ingredient, I can figure out, let's say, where is the sodium coming from in this recipe. And I see that it's mostly from this burger that I just added. So if I want to reduce the sodium in the recipe, I could change this burger or reduce the amount. I'm going to make it half of what it was. And if I get back to it, now the sodium has decreased significantly. So you can use this to very quickly create recipes and ensure that the nutrients are what is required for the client. Finally, once you finish your recipe, you can use this recipe within a meal plan in NutriAdmin, or you can print it and it will include your logo and branding. So you can choose which sections you want to include. I'm going to just choose them all, and this will produce a professional looking document with your logo and all the data that we've shown, including all these professional looking tables with nutrients breakdown. And you can do whatever you want with this PDF. You can sell it to clients, you can include it in your website, you can include it in meal plans, etc. Finally, this is the recipes editor can allow you to create recipes from scratch, but you can also use our database, and we have over 360,000 recipes to search from. So you can search anything you want, like biryani, and this will give you options, and you can pick to import them into NutriAdmin. You can also use advanced search filtering, so choose different queries here and add ingredients, QCing, etc. to filter your results further. You can find by macros, so let's say recipes that have at least 10 grams of protein, for example. You can make that query. And finally, you can import recipes from a website, from a URL. So if I have a website such as BBC and I get this recipes URL for coronation chicken, I can go back and paste it here, and NutriAdmin will import all of the ingredients, image, and data from the recipe. So here's the image, the ingredients, and sometimes it doesn't pick up all the ingredients, depends on the website's format, but it tends to be quite good for many websites, and it will save you a lot of time. So if there are any errors, you can quickly change the amounts in here, and again, you can download it and export. So all in all, NutriAdmin, the recipes editor, it allows you to create recipes. It has a very quick interface. You can quickly search on the database and find the exact macros that you need. There are a lot of advanced power features like filtering. You can sort ingredients by carbs, by protein, by fat. You can check micronutrients, quickly identify where deficiencies are coming from, and you can query the recipes database that contains a vast number of items, and you can also import from a website. So if you work in nutrition at all, this should be very helpful, and we encourage you to use our free trial to check NutriAdmin out. Thank you for watching. Hope you find this useful, and I'll see you in the next video.